Hello, chat. Hi. How's everyone doing? There is some rubbish in my way. Hi. Hello, hello. Do I want to put the light on? I'm gonna put the light on, but like, have it low. What do we think of the outfit? I've got turtleneck, long sleeve turtleneck on. Can we not put that on that screen, please? Oh, I also need to do... Oh my gosh. This. Instagram, that's the word I'm trying to think of. Flipping hell. Alright. I had to post my story for today. Alright. Posted. Right, it should pick it up. Yay! Cool. I have to take my engagement ring off. Lol lol lol. I also have noodles. Mmm. Really yummy. Really, really yummy. Slightly spicy, but really yummy. Alright. We're still going with the whole covering thing. I need to do up there. Bonk, bonk. Because the problem is, a lot more mobs are going to start spawning in the areas that haven't been covered. Bonk, bonk. See, look, there's a lot more now than there ever would be. Guess who has onion rings? You, I assume. Because it's not me. I'd kill for some onion rings. Bonk. Apologies I didn't stream slightly. I know I said I was going to stream at like 1:15. I may have got distracted with what I was doing. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Caitlin Soa _OO has joined the hive.
Welcome in. Apologies if you prefer to be a lurker. I do know some people probably don't appreciate the fact that my alert calls you out by name, but that's mainly that. Right, I'm turning the right. There we go. That's much better. Hello. Hi. Yes, apologies if you prefer to lurk or don't particularly appreciate your name being called out on stream. I personally don't tend to say the usernames now. I used to. But it's mainly because usually if I'm distracted by something, I don't tend to look up at my little alert box. And sometimes I'm like, I kind of want to know who it is. And so it's more of a... for me more than anything else. Knowing who's joined. Right, is it still slabs underneath? It is. I'm not sure why there's just a massive hole. It's not a massive hole, is it? Do you play only Minecraft? I don't. I also play Stardew. A worrying amount of Stardew. Been playing a bit of Blueprints. I do need to get back into that. I'm not saying that as if I've like stopped it for ages, but obviously I'm on the new computer. I play a bit of web fishing, although I'm currently annoyed at web fishing, so I'm sort of boycotting it out of spite because I upgraded my computer, moved over and saved the data, and lost everything I had in it. So that's great. We'd love to see it. Instantly's not working. Oh, on... yeah. Oh, I'm not going to link it via a computer. Hold on a minute. Right, I could do this. I was just on Instagram. I've got a reason. That's because I changed my username. This is my account. I don't know whether you can see that. It's called The Softy Robin. It's because I changed my username a little while ago, and obviously the link didn't update itself. Hold on, give me a sec. Share profile. No, I would just stop it. Stop it. Let me copy link. Thank you. Then I send it to myself, and then I re-add it. Seems like a flawless plan, right? It's not going to be a flawless plan. I know I'm going to mess this up somehow. It's quite literally my job. It's not. I don't actually have a job. That sounds really sad. Twitch is my job. Send myself the link. I mean, the link would work without all that wall of text underneath it, but I guess. Copy link. And then, where is it? Channel. Where would it be linked in? Lol. No, not back in Minecraft. Oh my gosh, I'm messing this up. Where would it be under? Settings. Stream. Channel. Aha! Here we go. Right, let's get rid of this. I don't believe that will work in the slightest bit, but that takes me to my account. It takes me to my account! Damn, that's crazy. Okay. It should be linked up now. Fingers crossed. If you're using the link on my main page. Because I do also have that. Either way, it should work now. You're welcome. Bonk. Bonk. Bonk bonk. I didn't realize that that was the link, because I think someone else told me as well not too long ago that my link just wasn't working, and I didn't know what they meant by link. Because I'm incredibly dumb, let's just say. I may be stupid. Oh, fuck's sake, man. No. Really? Thank you. Doing that up there. Follow? Nice! Thank you. I appreciate the support. Oh, I'm working on it. Yeah. Dunk, 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 dunk. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, 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 bonk. You're an artist? I am. I created all of the visuals for my channel except my profile picture. That was commission. Because I think it's nice to have some art that's not mine. I'm an artist too? Hell yeah! Artists unite. Love yapping to other artists. Why is it always the little ones that spawn? There must be just a significant amount of small blocks. Yeah, but at the moment we're working on a rather old and probably outdated, oh my gosh, what's it called? With a skeleton farm, that's what we're working on. Okay, I will have a potential look after stream. Do I use Twitter? I do use Twitter, but I rarely use Twitter, I'm not gonna lie. I've been recently really enjoying just, like, scrolling on Tumblr. Maybe just because Tumblr is just infinitely better than Twitter, and I think that's a given. But, unfortunately, I do know Twitter is a pretty decent place to be putting art. A friend of mine does a bunch of commissions that they got, mainly because they post a lot of stuff on Twitter, even though they know that Twitter's just kind of an ass place, really. And I was like, damn, I don't like Twitter. I shall take a look after stream. Bonk bonk. What sort of things do you draw? Like, do you have like a particular fandom you like? Cause I draw a lot of Stardew. I say a lot. A lot, not that very much, but I draw quite a bit of Stardew stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Bonk. I draw like, yeah, Stardew Valley characters a lot. There are a lot more things that I have drawn than I've posted, which is really funny. I posted a bunch of like, I posted some art fight stuff. Fairy artist, hell yeah. I never got a hold of the, like, the body shapes of animals and anthropomorphic. Is that the word? That's the word, I think. And, you know, humanized shaped animals. I'm gonna give up on saying the word because I cannot for the life of me. But I never really was able to, like, grasp the proper shaping for that, so I never like learned how to, but I can draw humans pretty decently, I think. Also make animations? Hell yeah, dude. I dabbled in a bit of animation a while ago, a couple years ago. I just think it's not really for me. Too much patience, and I just don't have that. I have realised I've made myself noodles, and then I'm gonna be having tea in a couple hours. Oh well. Oh well. Sausage and chips. Yeah. Yeah, the only animations I ever really stick to nowadays are if I need to make a new animation for, like, a Twitch emote. Because they do tend to be, like, 2-3 frames. And that's about it. Anything longer and I'm just like, no, I can't. I just can't focus on it. Although actually recently, I've been a bit bad. I complain all the time about not having people to draw for, you know, commissions and shit. I just haven't picked up I haven't picked up my graphics tablet in about a month now. No, it hasn't been a month. Nearly a month. Since Art Fight ended, I haven't drawn. Which is probably bad. So hard to make, yeah. I've done a few. I've done, the animations I've done for Twitch aren't too bad. I feel like if going forward I need to make significant more animations for like my account, I would much rather commission someone else to do it. Just because it's just I'd rather get someone else to do it because I just cannot be asked to sit down and make an animation. I'll sort that out in a minute. But then again, obviously I don't exactly have the money to be throwing around commissioning emote artists, unfortunately. If I did, I'd commission them all because emote art isn't really something I'm the best at, per se. Why is there just a whole room down here, dude? You kidding me? Sigh. Okay, no, it's fine. I mean, I will draw my emotes, like, more than happily. But at the same time, like, emote art isn't really something that I'm good at. My characters usually tend to be quite detailed. And so trying to make them super chibi-like so that they work as an emote is much more challenging than that people let on. Ow! Owie. Most of this area is done. Just some of these that kind of just suck to fill in. Animations? I don't tend to DM people, I'm afraid. I don't tend to talk to people, like, outside of stream, usually, but if there's anywhere that you've, like, posted animations and stuff, I could have a look. How far this way do I need to go? Hold on. Oh, here. Is this it? Or is this it? I think this is it. 565. No. Negative 104. That sounds about right. Bonk bonk. Bro. Bonk bonk. Let me through. This must have been an area that I just sort of forgot about. To be fair, lots of trees, I probably would have easily forgotten about it. I know how he's working at Solon. True, yeah. Let my phone open up, please. Bonk, bonk. Bonk. $104. Whoops. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There we go. Right, there's gonna be an ad break in about 3 minutes, by the way. If you don't want to have to sit through ads, subbing will let you be able to continue watching ad-free, as well as access all of the emotes I make. Or, if you have an Amazon Prime account, and you've not used your Prime sub on anyone, you are more than welcome to use it on me if you so wished. You don't have to. It's just a little something that goes towards helping my streams, helping me be able to create what I create, all that kind of jazz. Help me fund for bigger, better things. That's 104, right? Yes. Oh wait, no, this is not 104. 102. That's 104. Bonk, 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 bonk. Bonk. Ah! $104. Bro. Doo-doo. Let me hop up onto here. Hey, hey. There we go. Right, this whole area should be covered now. Those trees have not yet been covered. Oh dear. Hi! 97. 101, 102, 103, 104. How are you? Bonk.
Pizza!
Pizza. Bunk. Hey, Neo. Alright. Let's pause here. Yeah, that is... a bit worrying. You know, cozy? Thought I put on something that helps? Aw. Cute. Glad to know that my streams are super cozy. I don't think the weather knows what it wants to do right now here in England. Yesterday it was super cold and chilly, and now it's like hot again. Hot, but also kind of cold. Like minutes until I started streaming, I was still just wearing a short sleeve t-shirt, and then I put on... You shouldn't be able to spawn. Oh, is there a spawner there? Bro. Oh, you're spawning because it's just this. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, is that? I'm catching two little bit of the two C's. Closely monitoring it. Yeah, my little EP guy. His name's Lemon Marvin. Chat named him 3 years ago. Watch this. Look at that. Ain't that cute? There's also exclamation mark dance. They're both on about a 5-minute timer, I think. So, in 5 minutes you can do exclamation mark drink again. Oh, there we go. I'm in here now. Little guy can dance. That was something I set up ages ago with him. He's such a cute little guy. Just moving. He is. Do. I do apologize, by the way, if this stream at the moment is quite boring. Just placing slabs down. If you want anything more entertaining, I can try and find something else to do. It's a bit difficult because I want this farm. And unfortunately, this is the only thing I need to be doing right now. I've got an idea. Hold on, can I run an idea with you guys? You guys are probably smarter than me anyway. Both smarter and dumber than me. So, you know, it's a wonderful 50-50. I have an idea. No, you keep doing. Okay. I have an idea. So this area, right? Everyone knows at the top of the nether, there's still, like, caves that are, like, impossible to know that exist, right? Unless you were to go up and explore them. And that just takes a lot of time and effort. My initial plan was to go up and basically mine it all out, explode it all out kind of thing. Which would be fun, and not that much work, really, because there are only a couple, like, I want to say maybe 10 layers from the top. And also it takes away from just placing things all the time, so you get to blow things up. However, I had an idea. Instead of just blowing up everything between and opening it up so that I can then either slab it or just remove it entirely, What if... Right? What if I destroyed the bedrock on the top? What if this would take a lot longer, but think about it. All of that up there, all of this up here, it would be open. Like you could just fly straight up and out, and it'd be a massive gap. It would take a very long time and probably a lot of patience, but think about how cool it might look. If you just look up and it's just an open void. Thoughts and feelings. Because it will take a heck of a long time. However, I think it'll look really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get out of here. Bonk. Ow. Bro. I am on fire. Thank you. Can they still spawn up there? Why is it not working? Oh, there we go. I wonder if standing here would just make them all spawn. You know what? You know what? I think it's working. Not as fast as it could be, but I think it's working. Bonjour, hello. Welcome in. Let's turn game sounds down. We've got another skull head. I'm testing out my nearly done with a skeleton farm. Nearly done because I've still got some slabbing left to do. But we're about 80% of the way there. Which what we're finished. We're gonna. Hi. Would it be alright if you could try and switch maybe to English? Unfortunately I don't understand any of the languages, I'm afraid. And it makes it a little bit harder to moderate what people are saying if unfortunately I can't understand it. But you are, you are welcome to stay even if you don't feel comfortable. Don't feel comfortable talking in English. I am sorry. It's okay, sorry. No, it's okay, it's okay. 1. We got 4 with the skeleton skulls now. We've got 4. We had 2 the last time we tested this. So that's a bit of an improvement. We've gained 2 with the skeleton skulls, which is faster than it would be if you were manually mining them. I think. Oh, thank you. It's strange, the spawn rates on this. I can't tell if they're fast or slow. I'm French and Swiss. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I barely know the English language, and I am British, so I did do French as a GCSE. I'm not gonna say I flunked it, but I kind of took it just so that I could have something to do.
Have you heard about the bees?
Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy it here.
Copy10_Croft has joined the hive.
The aim is to have a chill time, whilst I rather meticulously, obviously, play slabs. You can see the problem. You can see the problem here, right? This is the problem. That's the farm. Everything else here is spawn-proofed. So they're spawning in the only places they know. The only places they physically can. Which is taking up the spawnability, which I don't actually know if that's a word or not, of the wither skeletons. So basically, if you don't understand how a wither skeleton farm works, it forces only wither skeletons and magma cubes to spawn. But the magma cubes, and any other mobs that might potentially spawn, die on the wither roses, and wither skeletons are immune, because it's their own power. It'd be a bit weird if they weren't immune to it. And so they get triggered by the piglin that lives in the middle, and they drop down into the killing chamber, which is where I kill them and get their loot. And now we're hoping for wither skeleton skulls, just because they're really nice to have, and I need more beacons. However, the amount of coal you get and bones are also really nice, because I'm forever using bone meal, and having another source of bones that isn't my skeleton farm is really handy. Although I probably wouldn't use it solely for bones, obviously, because I do have a regular skeleton farm that would give me more bones. I need to set up a way to deposit the swords, because you get a lot of a ridiculous amount of just stone swords. And I don't want those. I do not, in fact, want those. But these guys are a problem. I might have to kill them. I know everyone always says don't hit piglins. I know that's kind of a dumb thing to do, and I know the last time I did it, I go down to half health, but they're getting in the way. I don't know where the end point is. Over here, we've got negative 104, 650. Do-do-do-do-do. Ah! Trump's burger. Not the burger.
Pizza!
Pizza! Yeah, these guys are a pain in the ass.
Pizza!
Pizza.
Pizza!
Pizza!
There's one block. Huh. Oh my gosh. God damn it. Okay, what's this coordinate? 525. I think you guys can do the maths between 650 and 525. It's 125 by 125 is the answer. Stops over here. Jungle. It certainly is. Ah! Ah! Jungle. Nice. How are you here? Where have you come from? Ah. One singular block spawned him in. There shouldn't be any others around, so what was it? Jongul. Jongul. Is it Jonguel? Like, pronounce the L as its own separate sound? Because I'm reading that as Jongul. Pronounce L. Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad then. Whoops. My bad, I'm sorry. Oh, we're negative 120. This is not where it ends. You'll be jungled. No. Haha. Do 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 do. Hey guys, I was doing a bit of research again recently on things like testosterone and stuff. Jonguel. Sorry. Oh, cool. I didn't even get anything anyway from it. But I'm really super low on health. Oh, hello. Why was it there in the first place, is my question. And it turns out, rather unfortunately, that not only does it require me to have done several blood tests, like at least 5. That's it, I'm subscribing. Okay. That's 104. I'm donating. Lamau. Guys, stop. This ain't even flammable, so you're doing nothing. But yeah, apparently not only do I have to deal with way too many blood tests for my liking. I mean, I wouldn't even be able to get through one, let alone the amount that you need. Ah! Okay. But also costs about minimum £400 just for the meetings, effectively. Just so that I can medically transition. And that sucks, actually. Quite a significant amount. Because, first of all, I just simply don't have that money. And also... Thank you. Unfun fact. Yeah. It sucks. But also, yeah, I've got to sit through... So, right, for context, I don't usually like talking about it, but, I am rather deathly afraid of, what's it called? Blood tests. Probably a little bit less afraid than the last time I had one. I was a small kid. Maybe like 11, 12 when I last had to have one. And since then, I've actually avoided anything that involves needles like the plague. Oh, I need to get a vaccination for something? All of a sudden, I've lost the medical signature sheet I need to take home for my parents. Oh no! What a shame. Because biologically I'm, you know, there was a few things I had to, supposedly, had to get, to, I think it was like to, something to do with, oh, fuck. Something to do with cancer. Boost me up. Yes! And I simply did not get them. Because I took one look at those forms and I was like, right, this is going straight in the bin. I'm never having that. I don't care. I think this was the point before I knew I was trans anyway. So, like, but I was like, I don't care. Like, right, I don't need it because I'm never gonna get that because I don't even, like, use my body. And so, like, what's the point? Which, you're right, in my, you know, clearly very medically minded child mind, you know, obviously I was speaking straight facts, but obviously not. Don't ever listen to me. I'm not a very good advocate of health. But I was like, I'm just gonna avoid it like the plague because what's the point? You know, if I get something, I get something. I'll deal with it at the time. Still kind of my motto. I'm not even gonna lie. If I get ill, I get ill. Sucks to suck, I guess. But back then, it really was more of a I don't care because it's not happening right now. Therefore, why bother? But it's been such a long time since I've even had to think about anything like that. And just thinking about wanting, like, to medically transition or anything of that sort. And the fact that I'd have to do... I've missed the whole spot over here. To do several blood tests. Which, them themselves, the reasoning behind why you'd have to makes sense. They need to know your levels of, like, testosterone, and assumedly the other things that are in your blood and stuff, and things that testosterone, like, changes and affects, etc., etc. Obviously, you don't want to be taking too much that could medically affect you. But I was like, okay, I don't think anytime soon I'm going to be able to medically transition. And I was looking at it again this morning, because I saw a TikTok of someone who'd recently been able to get recently been approved for testosterone, and they were like, I'm not gonna lie, it took like 3 weeks, but, you know, all I did was this, and this, and this is how much it cost. And it was like a really cool breakdown, you know, you got to see exactly how much it was, exactly what they went through, yada yada, for information, and it was really cool, really useful. And that was kind of the moment I realized, yeah, that's probably never gonna happen to me. Because it's not like you do one at the beginning, and that's it. For the first year or so, they have to monitor it every couple months. Just knowing that. Like, I'd rather sit through a vaccine than a blood test, because when I was a little kid, I was anemic, basically. Well, the doctors never actually said I was, but I was anemic. I had low iron in my blood, therefore I was anemic. That's how that works. But and then I don't think it was weekly, but it was very, very regularly. I had to go to the doctors for a blood test very regularly for a decent portion of my very little childhood, if that makes sense. You know, like when I was 6, that sort of age. And that's kind of where it came from, the fear. And it kind of, yeah, sort of screwed my head up about that sort of thing, and is basically, I don't think I'm probably ever going to be able to medically transition, and actually my voice will probably never like deepen. And right, trust me guys, I have tried supposedly the whole voice training thing in the nicest way possible. Maybe it's because my brain works a bit differently, right? Okay, I genuinely cannot get my head around the whole voice training thing. Like, what do you mean, just speak with your, like, lower voice? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Sound like a twink? No, my voice sounds too feminine still. It's still too light, too high. I've never actually done proper voice training, because I've tried in the past. I was like, right, I'm going to do it. This time, right, when I first started college, so like 3 years ago, right before that summer, I was like, right, this is the year. I'm going to go into college and I'm going to start voice training like over the summer so that when I go to the college, my voice will be deeper. And it didn't happen. I'm not saying I want a really deep voice. I just want a masculine voice. And the difference is it can stay at the same pitch. It just needs that gruffliness. The sort of the lower, picture it as you got, this is my voice. I speak, it sits here, yeah? A men's voice, or the kind of voice that I want that's same pitch, but part of it's lower down, so that it's not all high up. It's kind of like high and low at the same time. Does that make any sense? Like, it's kind of got a bit of a grumble to it. Like, I don't want a really deep voice. I'd rather die than have a really deep voice, because I don't think that would suit me in the slightest. But I just want something that's not as outwardly feminine, because I know that it is, whether you say that it isn't or not. Yes, you might have met people who have higher, softer, you know, pitches than I do. That's crazy. But like, even trans people who have basically flat chests from birth still feel dysphoric about what they've got, because it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like, I really appreciate that you guys don't think that I sound feminine, and I'm really glad, because the last thing I want to do is go on a stream and someone go, whoa, you sound like a girl, and I'd be like, oh, okay, great, I'm not streaming ever again. But no, that wouldn't happen. But like, I really do appreciate it. I just, people around me, like my community and stuff, still, I might even successfully physically pass for a day, and then I open my voice and speak, and then the tone shifts immediately. I had someone apologize to me, being like, oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. And I'm like, first of all, please don't call me that. Whether I was female or not, that's just a little bit strange to me. But also, like, hey, you don't need to apologize because you were correct the first time. But hell, if I ever actually correct anyone in real life. You think I would sit there and, like, actually correct someone? I'd rather die. I would rather die than publicly embarrass myself. You do. If that's what you want, anyway. If you don't want that, then you don't. If you... You know? Shush. Alright. Oh, I forgot about the speed over here. Right, how much have we got left, actually? But yeah, it made me realize that like a lot of people my age have probably got, you know, a much better understanding of how they're gonna, you know, like medically transition. There's embarrassed. Okay. Yep. It kind of sucks because I watched a couple people on TikTok that like medically transitioned younger than I am. Yeah, I know I'm stupid. I'm really stupid. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Alright, if we could stop burning. It just sucks. Someone I watch dropped out of college so that they could fund their top surgery and is now going to college. And they're 19 and I'm 20 in what? A month and a half? Humble fibrous potion. Yeah, but it's just easier to sit and wait. Like what do you mean? Like, what do you in fact even mean that there are people younger than me who have just so casually just been able to have top surgery or something like that? Like, what do you mean? And it's like, I could, if I had a better understanding of certain things, like, for example, how the hell do you talk to a doctor? This is something I don't think I've ever understood. It's like, how do you just, oh so casually, talk to a doctor? I don't know. And so, like, there goes any talking to doctors for medical-based things. Then again, I can barely hold a conversation on the phone, so I feel like that's probably more of a me problem than a knowledge problem. Like that's more of a I need to sort out my crippling anxiety more than anything else. But that's not what I'm talking about, so therefore it doesn't matter. Anyway. Anyway, let's go back to putting slabs on things. Until I lose the will to live, or something like that. It just sucks. I mean, there's a couple people I know. There's this dude called Ed, who's currently fundraising for his top surgery. And I'm like, I'd love to do that, but... Like, sigh. Student beneficiary to pass employment. Yeah. But I think they would I think what they're doing is he's going to college just so that he can get the education. Like, it didn't really matter what he did or whatever. But either way, like... I just feel like I'm not really doing much. He says walking around, currently not doing anything anyway. I feel like I'm not doing anything interesting with my life, and I've got the ability to, and I won't. Out of fear, because I simply don't have the money to, or the knowledge. Like, I feel like I'm figuring out a lot of things a lot later than everyone else has, you know what I mean? Do art, don't you? As it, right, yeah. Okay, I do art. The only commission I've ever gotten here was from you. So... I'd love to sell art prints, but again, like... I don't think anyone's ever gonna, you know, want anything like that, because I don't really know how to market things. I don't really know how to do anything like that. I just sort of look at what other people do and go, yeah, well, that's what they've done, so maybe I could try that. And it doesn't go very well. I have to BRB. Uh. Couldn't decide which scene I wanted to put it on. Do you do and post stuff over the internet, like 10 social medias? Sometimes. I mean, I don't... Yeah. Pretty much. It just sucks. Also, I've got dinner. It's a singular sausage and some fries. I wanted something simple. Like, yeah, I do. I just... Social media ever. I forget. I start and then I forget. I don't know the last time I posted on things like Tumblr or Instagram or... I forget. I should be putting my art fight stuff up. Actually, who won art fight? I don't know who won. Final scores and when to be announced after the event. Okay. Okay, who won then? I guess I'm not done with it yet. I just feel like I don't really know. I don't actually have an excuse. This is my dinner, by the way. I honestly just don't know. It's much harder in reality because I don't draw that often. But then that means I have to draw and do Twitch and all the other things I'm planning in life. I feel like I'm trying to do too much than I can physically do, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm trying too much. So the sun is glaring in through, and I do apologise if you just can't see me. The worst bit is, I promised myself that I wouldn't get top surgery until I moved in with my partner. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm barely surviving. In the nicest way possible. It sounds really crappy. But, like, I don't have a job, and so Twitch is currently my only moneymaker. And I want to get a job, I do, but I do feel like my mental health is taking a huge toll at the moment. I mean, it has always been. I mean, those of you know, probably maybe, that I've never really been the most mentally stable individual. I mean, you probably know more in Leah's Discord server than I've probably ever outwardly spoken, because I struggle to talk about it a bit, but yeah, I do have quite a few problems, and that's taking quite a big toll on me at the moment, I think. I mean, I'm doing better than I was doing a couple months ago. A couple months ago, it was, especially near the end of college, it almost ended up being like a full-blown breakdown, like a week. Like, it really wasn't going too well. And so when I think about people who are, I'm not saying more privileged to be able to have, like, medically transitioned earlier in life, but like people who've, you know, worked their asses off. And I think, sorry, I hiccuped. And I think like, oh, that could be me if I could like get my ideas together and like actually do something good for once instead of moping around. And I'm like, yeah, but like, it's not really moping around. I can't get a job because no one will hire me, and because I know that I don't think I'd be able to handle one. Like, genuinely. Like, I get so overwhelmed in most social situations that I don't know if I'd physically be able to deal with. Oh, shite. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Alright. Cool. Great. Isn't that great? Just absolutely launched my pickaxe into another fucking dimension. Right, where are they? Where is it? Hooray! Yay! I meant to throw that out, not my pickaxe. I feel like I've learnt my lesson. I'll stop talking about deep things on stream. LOL. So anyway, guys. How have you guys been? How are you guys' days? Huh. I apologize. I'm very sorry that comfy cozy time turned into a lot of talking from the heart. I feel like that's streamer rule #1. Don't talk about yourself and your struggles so openly, because it can ruin the mood. Whoops. Well, I mean, I don't really know how to properly stream anyway, so... I'm gonna also need to go and close my blind. Because I can't see. There we go. I hope you guys didn't leave because I started talking about some deep shit. I apologize. Okay. Oh, I've only got 2 stacks left. Okay. They're all upside down, so that's fine. Bonk. Blipped. I'm gonna sit here and see if anything happens. Why can't I hear zombie piglins? Nice. Hmm. Hooray. Come on. So it works. Cool. I know I've not been live for very long, but I might end because it is 7 p.m. and I'm not particularly feeling it at the moment, and my neck hurts a bit. Just feeling quite tired and stuff. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Thank you so much to everyone who popped in. You guys are all amazing. As always. Thank you so much to all the new follows. Here's the Discord, the VODs channel, merch, and links. And I will see you guys on Sunday. Hooray! Bye.